we can try on the sound. Wow, that's better. Hi, Alexina. So it's going to be a French and an English stream. S'il y a plus de monde qui se joignent en français, ben on va streamer en français. Si j'ai plus de monde qui joignent en anglais, ben it's going to be an English stream. So the video will be a demonstration of 19.4 Alpha 0.8. So I'm gonna start in about 2 minutes. In the meantime, if you have questions about hacking, it's the time to ask them. Why I have these huge ping. Bonjour Stéphane Baudin. So Facebook doesn't seem to know that I'm streaming. And they keep this big alert. Anyway, alright, let's dive in. So this is going to be an introduction, the first mission of Alpha 0.8. We worked really hard on that mission. It's the 8th version of our game, and it's yeah, I mean it's something we worked hard on. So let's fire it and see if you like it.
Welcome, Agent.
Let me ask you a question, Agent. How do you feel about a little game of cat and mouse? Because it looks like we may have found our match. Take a look at this.
Reports are coming in of a massive cyber attack that targeted thousands of computers and cell phones across the globe. Hundreds of files have been corrupted or stolen from their owner. The cause of this attack is still unknown, as no potential hacking group have claimed responsibility for this chaos. Cybersecurity experts are currently working on the case.
That's it. So you get your mission briefing, and it's the beginning of it. Big national cyber attack has happened across the world. It did happen a couple of times so far, so we're not really in the fiction here, we're in the real world. But I'm going to show you the tools that the hacker actually use and the military are actually used, and that's the spirit of 1940, the game we're producing, to make you feel the life of a hacker and life of a military personnel using really advanced technology to do your work. So let's start our first mission.
Now, we have identified a subliminal image in their news report, and forensics suspected that Newsstream Live might be involved in this story more than they intended to. We believe their news report have been compromised. Be ready, Agent. We need to act fast on this one.
Alright, so we have a pretty straightforward briefing. Mostly, there's a news company, newsstreamlive.ca, and they have a reporter called Laura Walker. This is his first cell phone. If my microphone is too low, my bad. Tell me if it's better, Stéphane Baudin. Just let me know if it's better. So you have your first mission, Laura Walker, and she's a news reporter. and she seemed to be involved in the hacking, not being a hacker herself, but maybe being involved and used actually by the hacker. We have her cell phone, but that's it. We don't have much information on her, and that's what we're going to try. We're going to try to get there and get at the bottom of that as soon as possible. Little Easter eggs, if you actually call that number, this is in Ottawa, and that cell phone is actually working. So you will end up on Laura Walker's cell phone in real life. But the rest will be happening in the game. You will not hack actual company. You will not hack a real website. So let's move on.
Com check, this is Hunter 227. Agent Dylan, activation code 114. I'll be your wingman during this mission. Okay, I'll take the lead researching open source intelligence on, that news reporter Laura Walker, while you'll be in charge of online reconnaissance for news streamline infrastructure. If you need me at any time, just activate the comm channel at the bottom of your screen. Let's roll.
So, normally in the game you have this wingman. I will be your wingman for that demonstration. But this wingman is explaining you along the way all the tools and the functionality of 19.4, all the tools and how they are being used as a hacker, and they also explain the lore, so you know what's going on in the mission right now. He's an optional character, you can listen to him or not, but this character is the type of NPC you will find in the game. Right now, 19.4 can be played, so you can play the game right now. At the end of my stream, I'm going to give you the information, but you will be able to start playing the game right now. What I will do is that I will hack the company website myself, and I will explain you why and how I'm doing it. So the game itself is based on Kali. Kali is an actual penetration test platform, it's an actual hacking platform, really advanced hacking platform, but it's a civilian platform. We took Kali and we inspired ourselves by researching everything that was leaked from the NSA, from the secret services, from the military, not only the US, but also the Russian military, the Chinese military, and we upgrade the Kali civilian version to this fantasy StingerWise version. But the fantasy is not that far from reality. When you will see some of the demonstrations we'll make during the hacking mission, many of them are based on actual mission that is happening in the real world. So it's not that far-fetched in terms of storyline. So let's go up and fire up our tools. So on the left side of the gaming platform, we have various types of tools we can operate. They are grouped as follow: information gathering, touch everything about collecting information to do our hacking. Network intrusion is when we're ready, we start, infiltrating network, exploiting vulnerabilities and whatnot. Password attack, as it said, is for specifically password attack challenge and mission. Turbine C2 registry is the network or the global network of server that we control. We start with none, and the more we go, the more server we get, the more server we're going to control across the world, giving us much more firepower for our mission. Fox Acid server is a platform for hacking. It's an actual NSA platform used by the Department of Defense. And XKeyscore is also one of the famous platforms used by the Department of Defense for data forensics, which is basically listening to all our communication and investigating and finding information within this pool of data. All right, so we're going to go with the first part. We're going to go with the information gathering mission, the DNS and BIOS mapping.
Information gathering module initiated.
So, DNS and BIOS mapping mean that we want to attack news streamline. This is the server I'm trying to hack right now. And the first tools I want to use is the DNS BIOS mapping. Why? Because these tools give me two options. The first option is giving me a dictionary of all known domains that are usually, that the company are normally use. And you're going to take that dictionary and you're going to try every single of these words to our Newsstream Live to see if they have a website, to see if they have email server, to see if they have FTP server and whatnot. And it's going to try to hack their company while using this dictionary. The other alternative is OSINT scan. OSINT scan is using others' database. So instead of brute forcing it with your own dictionary, it use Google or Bing, for example, look at their database and see, do you have any traces, and ask, do you have any traces of that company domain name within your database? Or the company to which that website is on, does that server host other websites that you could let me know about? So you're basically asking Google to do your job of hacking and finding any point of entry that you could have on a company. So for this one, we're going to go with a Google attack. So we're going to use Google to find any point of entry within the company. And sometimes, even if company try to hide all their assets, they may end up in situation in which Google or Bing manage to catch them. And this is useful for a hacker because we can get in because of that. So let's go on. Let's do an OSINT scan on specifically in that case Newsstream Live. You can hit tab to complete your text. And we're going to go google.com as our source. And we're going to go deep in the first 1,000 of results from Google to hack their website. So right now what we're doing is we're scanning all the results in the first 10 page, 1,000 results. And we're getting all the website that has been found. Now this is the list that they give you, that we get. CDN is not really useful. This is used for hosting pictures. So this is not the way we're gonna hack this website. Newsstream Live is their main website. Sports and lifestyle is obviously section within the website. But extranet is the one that is interesting because basically companies set up extranet to exchange information with supplier, but they also have extranet set up so employees, when they are outside the company, can access internal resources. Because extranet are in this situation in which they make the bridge between internal and external network, if they have any vulnerabilities, they're a great way to get inside a company and hack their website. So our VLS mapping managed to give us an initial map of Newsstream Live Corporation and all their touch points from the web perspective. We're going to concentrate our interest on extranet, and we're going to go on with another tool called Fingerprint, and that tools will make us a full port scan and try to identify the technology on the running behind the extranet. So let's go with extranet and our
information gathering module initiated.
There we go. So we found a couple of open ports. And we're in. All right, so we found that the company has actually 3 open ports on the extranet services. The first port is port 80, hosting the website mostly, and the technology behind it is IIS. And the 2 second port is 8081 and 8082, and the technology used is SharePoint 2007. It's not vulnerable on port 8081, but it is on port 8082. Now you may ask like, yeah, it's not working like that in real life. This is not how you hack. Well, it is. Fingerprint is the technology used in Kali. How it works is that it's basically send thousands and thousands of requests to a port, trying to have the port reveal who he is, what technology is running on it. So for example, if I send an error message and it's an Apache server he's running, he will not give me the same error page than if it is an IIS server. Because of that, I'm able to pinpoint the technology. When I do a lot of requests based on path, based on URL, based on different signature like that, I'm able to pinpoint which technology and which version of that technology is being installed. Now these scripts, this little puppy, are running thousands of scripts for us. They're dedicated script, for example, to run a full diagnosis on a WordPress and tell me exactly not only which version of WordPress is installed, but which all plugin has been installed and what version each of these plugins are. And once it's done, it takes that list and it's look to exploit database. Exploit database is our biggest public exploit database. It lists all the exploit available toward the technology and compare it. So it's already taking, identifying, and querying to exploit database, is this technology has any vulnerability? And it do all that for you. It's really useful. And when you do attack multiple companies, this is the kind of script you're running in 2017. You're not digging your script one by one and trying to find new vulnerabilities. You need to have production capability and being able to infiltrate the network, especially when you try to infiltrate a company through 5-10 ways of infiltrating it. You cannot just not have automated tools like that. So in that case, the fingerprint helped me identify that they had a vulnerability, SharePoint vulnerability on port 8082. I'm going to confirm that with Searchsploit. Searchsploit is in Kali the platform used to query any CVE exploit. So specifically in that case, I'm interested into any vulnerability known for SharePoint 2007. So there's one. It's called an unrestricted file upload vulnerability. The CVE is 2010-3964. I actually invite you to go on Google and Google it. You will see that this is not fake. This is the actual vulnerability to take over SharePoint and install remote code from the internet without authentication and straight on the SharePoint technology. That's what we're going to do here. So we have our exploit. We know exactly how we want to enter. We know the services we want to hack. And we know the technology that's being hacked. So we're going to hack extranet. I'm going to change workspaces. You can have multiple workspaces, by the way. You can design, drag and drop, make your workspace the way you want. So my exploit database will go in that workspace with my attack. And we're targeting basically, which one? We're targeting the extranet. So we're targeting the extranet, and we know it's SharePoint 2007. And the port in the vulnerability is 8082, which is malformed request code for a SOAP request, and that's what we're going to attack. So we're attacking with TCP/IP with the custom SOAP request, and we're going to upload our rootkit, which is after midnight. It's a VPN rootkit. It's simply giving us a backdoor to access their network.
Turbine C2 registry initiated.
To their network, and we're now within their network. As you can see, my home path now is extranet.newsstream live.ca, so I have entered and successfully hacked their network. Now, if you're functional with Kali, you know that this is the kind of step that take about maybe a day and a half. For the game, we made it a little bit faster, but we didn't skip the realism. This is really how you do it. So let's go on and do a WMI
Information gathering module initiated.
Network administrators set up different type of monitoring services within their network to be able to know if a server is up or down. Now, this traffic on the network is extremely useful, and we can use that traffic against them to see if there's any server we could hack. So when we launch a net scan, what it looks like, what is looking right now is for any traffic on the WMI channel to a server looking for, are you up, do you have a backup running and whatnot. Obviously, these are the most important server within the company. That specific server is the one I want to hook in. In that case, we made the game a little bit easier. they have an open API port to which I can hook and start downloading data. But basically, the employee registry, the payroll, is the server in that company I'm going to hack. So I'm going to hit here big, and we're going to download the payroll information, the employee record and employee registry for that specific company.
X key score forensics initiated.
All right, so we're in. It's pretty basic from there. The idea is that we downloaded the information about a company, and we have XKeyscore is a database that helps us analyze and do data forensics. Data forensics is the cyber investigation, basically. So what we're going to do is we have Newsstream Live. We have the company registry, we have their domain name, we have the employee registry, and because of that, we got their employees, which is Laura Walker. Laura Walker, we have her basic information, social media, we have her car records because of her employees forms, we have her insurance company, same thing with Andy. We have a little less information, personal information on Andy, but still. So we're going to start digging the information. So we start with one, Newsstream Live, and then we're requesting what type of other entity we'll look to investigate. So let's say Merida Brew, for example. So now that's a lot of data. If I ask to download all the data about the employees and all the data about the companies, even if when I'm looking for the intersection of where's data that match both Merida and the company, it's still a lot of data. And I have to pass through all this data. And this is where intelligent algorithms come in. These algorithms are basically applied to the data, and they're looking for patterns, specific patterns, financial transaction, traveling chatter, weapon transaction, drug transaction. There's tons of them that we can use. Specifically in that case, financial transaction, she's on the payroll, she gets money transaction every 2 weeks. That's a lot of data. So we're gonna go with a smaller amount of footprint. And we're gonna pinpoint specifically her IDs and record. And we're able to find her official records as an employee, which is her access pass. Not much information on that, so it's not really useful. I'm gonna have to dig further to hack her account. Let's see if we investigate other employees within the company. Chris Hansen, which is the technician. All right, that's interesting. Let's keep digging. Andy Hathaway, he's a camera crew, and he has an Ottawa press pass. So there's a press crew actually in that company. That may be interesting. If you look at Laura Walker, which is our reporter that wants to investigate, as you can imagine, she has a press pass also, and she's the reporter. So that's interesting because we have two of the employees who are press pass. So let's match Andy and Laura together and see if both of them combined with Newsstream Live have something interesting.
Wow, you're doing great. I'm looking at the evidence you just found. She shares the same company vehicle records as the cameraman, and it's been checked out a half hour ago. I think we got a serious lead here. Let me activate some of Ottawa City's data infrastructure in XKeyscore so you can investigate further. Look at the service entities and see if one of them can help us out.
Alright, so we found this information, and yeah, Alain, I thank you for your being on the stream, by the way, Alain. It doesn't require that much technical advice because, first of all, this little guy that you hear is all along the way in the mission one. Is giving you tips, taking you by the hand, and explaining exactly what I'm saying in a better English with a better voice, but explaining exactly what I'm saying, how to do it. And if you open up any of your
information gathering
or
module
any tools,
initiated.
you have full instruction with example of how you should tap your command. So the game, we try to make the game as accessible as possible. It's not perfect, but it's getting there. It's getting there. So we managed to find out that Laura Walker has a mobile unit. So basically, they are a camera crew, they are a reporting crew, and they have obviously a car, a corporate car that they use to go on reporting scene and on location, basically. The car itself has the plate NSL01, and it's being taken out. It's currently out of the company logs, so it's currently in the field, and that's interesting. So our partner Dylan gave us a little bit more information. So at the beginning, you don't have, as an hacker, access to everything, and most of the thing you have access to, you're gonna have to hack your way in to get it. But he's being kind. He's giving us access to 4 of the Ottawa City public services that we can hack and use in our investigation. So the Ottawa traffic CCTV stream, the hospital emergency room registration, police scanner, and airport ATC. That's interesting because if I was investigating, you know, a drug deal, for example, I will put a person on a watch list for any emergency room registration. I will launch that monitoring process and put it on the workspace and start working in another workspace.
Information gathering module.
And as soon as something comes up and that person show up in an emergency room, my workspace will start blinking to say something just happened. So there's a notion here is that real-time event and real-time investigation is part of your strategy while you're doing your hacking. So in that case, we're going to go with Ottawa Traffic CCTV and see if Laura Workers and Andy Hathaway are currently being, detected somewhere. So there's no ID and record, there's no shipping transaction and financial transaction for the crew, for the camera crew and the reporting crew of Newsstream Live. Thank God there's no weapon transaction and drug transaction either. But there are traveling chatter, and more importantly, there's a CCTV in Ottawa that just catch their car on the highway.
Hunter 227, target Laura Walker has been located. Alright, let's be quick here. I'm transferring imagery command and control to your station. Use our East Coast satellite to track them down. The CCTV has GPS coordinates and the plate number to help you out.
Alright, now let's hurry up here. So we know that they are on the highway, the camera crew is outside, they know the hacker is after them. We are a group of hackers also. We're trying to track them. The GPS of the CCTV camera who took them was at 45.32 and minus 75.83. The license plate is NSL01. And they are on, it has been just shot by Ottawa Traffic CCTV. So we're going to go in and type in this information. So 45.32 minus 75.83. So let's zoom in and see where we go with this. Right, so we have a location that's in Ottawa, and we need the license plate NSL01. I'm gonna track them now. Right, we got them. So we're gonna look to any other signature in the area that we could hack in and that could help us track them. So we have got a couple of things here. There's public Wi-Fi, cell tower, webcam, but the one that is interesting is the smart billboard. So I'm just zoning in on the smart billboard. Now, I don't know if you know how smart billboard technology works, but basically when your cell phone, when you use your cell phone and you walk in your home, the cell phone automatically lock into your Wi-Fi network. This is done because the cell phone is constantly scanning for your Wi-Fi signature. When it does that, it sends a public network message that can be intercepted. And smart billboard is a basic technology that has scanner that look for those signals. So when your cell phone is looking for is a network nearby, I am home or not, this billboard track that signal and know that someone with a cell phone passed in front of the billboard. That way they can really accurately or more accurately know how many people pass in front of their billboard and what time of the day they were more busy and whatnot. Now, where the things start to be scary is that when they track the first billboard and then they see your cell phone on the second billboard, they know that they know your path. They know that you took from one place to another place. They don't know you, but they know the path that you took. And that's exactly what we're going to do here. We're going to hack the smart billboard company. We're going to hook in their mobile and their API for the billboard, and we're going to start digging into it specifically. All right, let's move on that target. So it's trionmedia.com. Let's do an S-fuzzer attack.
Information gathering module initiated.
On trionmedia.com, and we're going to do it for 60 seconds. At the same time, we're going to do an OSINT scan on the same target.
Information gathering module initiated.
On the Triumph Media with Google as our sources with a depth of 1,000 on it. We're going to prepare our hacking platform in the meantime, and we're going to need a search point for vulnerabilities within one of their networks, basically. So let's speed up the process a little bit. All right, so we found nothing with the OSINT scan, but we did find something with the dictionary attack. So the dictionary attack revealed an API. So we're going to Control-C and cancel that command. We're going to launch our fingerprint on the API billboard of Triumph Media.
Information gathering module initiated.
That we could have behind this billboard. Alright, so they do have a technology called Media Server 3.0.1. For those of you who know this technology, this is an Adobe Flash media server used to stream on digital billboard, and it's mostly vulnerable only on port 1935. So let's look why this is. So we want Media Server 3.1. So we're gonna run the search point of Media Server 3.0.1 and see search. This one is sorry about that. Boy, thank you. So Adobe Flash Media Server 3.0 allows attackers to execute code, which is exactly what we want. We want to upload a VPN connection, footprint to open a VPN connection on their site, on their server, and they can do it through a UDP attack, which is a UDP is used for streaming, basically, using segmentation fault on port 1935. That's why the other port were not vulnerable, but that port was vulnerable. So let's move our attack here, and we're gonna want to attack the billboard. So let's cut and paste the attack point. The technology was media server 2.1.1. The target port in that case is 1935. We want to attack through protocol UDP. The exploit is what? It was a segmentation fault is the exploit, and we want to upload a a backdoor for a VPN access on the billboard. Alright, we're almost in.
Turbine C2 registry
got access.
initiated.
We're now ready to move to our target. Let's see if we lost it. So we are in Ottawa and we're ready to lock her in Ottawa. Let's track her down. Let's track her car down. Alright, so we have our car. We're gonna go out with the signature, and then we are intercepting all the traffic from the smart billboard. So as soon as the smart billboard look for cell phone to draw their statistics, so they know how many people walk by or drive by the billboard, we're gonna do something really unique here. And watch this. So the car that we're tracking is getting close, and then it's the billboard, and what we're going to do is we're going to download all the cell phone in the database of the billboard when the person passes in front of it. Now this information by itself is not really useful for a hacker because it's too much. It's just too much information. There's too many cell phones. It's not useful. So let's see if we're patient as a hacker. We can actually go a little bit further in the hack. When the car is going to pass in front another billboard, we're going to download the information again. Alright, so now we download the information again. You can see there's less cell phone that we saw at both places at the same time. This means that this is the only either her or the car that are following her that has been at the boat space. So hopefully through the intersection she's driving through right now, we're going to get to a situation in which we're going to nail specifically the phone that she has. Let's scan the area, and we got it. So we got exactly her phone number and the backdoor for her phone to get it. So we are able to log into her phone and now start digging into her notes, digging into her message, looking at her text, contact information, who she's calling, and activate the phone in her car.
I just don't know why they make chihuahua tuxedos.
What is that? What the hell is going on?
Something's wrong with the car. Hold on, I'm pulling over. The engine just died.
It seems Newsstream cars have been remotely hacked. This is unusual, and we will need to check into that. Someone wanted to get our attention. Get ready for the next mission, Agent. Good job.
And that's it. That was the first mission. So the mission can be played right now with Dylan as a helper, this little guy popping in the bottom. With Dylan as a helper, honestly, I'm just gonna play with
Job's
him.
done, mate.
With him as an helper, it's really easy. We'll see, you can have a walk in the park. It's much more easy in the way I present it. It's meant to be accessible. So we completed the mission, we hacked her phone, we tracked down her through the satellite and hacked the billboard. It's a basic mission, but have fun with it. Once you finish with the mission, you can actually go play with the big boys, and we have this hive mind network in which you have multiple network that you can hack in. You can hack into building. You can, oh gosh, wow, I was really lucky. Was able to hack into forgotten HVM. So while I'm speaking with you, I'm just gonna run
Information gathering module initiated.
Forgotten HVM. I mean, 120 milliseconds. So yeah, you can hack, test all of the stage of the hack, the satellite, the digital forensic, and everything. And when you finish, there's 10 alpha missions that we've created since the beginning of the game that you can play with. And it's free. So the alpha is free. You can pre-order the game. I'm going to put that but go myteam4.com. I'm gonna put it here, and you can play with the alpha right now if you want to. And I'm gonna just hack my way into Forgotten HDM. So these are server that has been created by players. So you're hacking players right now, and people who bought the full package had the ability to create their own server. And every time someone hacked their server, they have a web dashboard, and they know exactly who's hacking and who's trying to hack and whatnot. You see here that their SIP server is vulnerable, so we're gonna go do our fingerprint on their SIP server.
Information gathering module initiated.
While we're here. But anyway, it's created by player. It's a much more complex thing to play with, but it's really, really cool. So I invite you to dig in. So we're gonna do our Fox acid specifically in that case. Now I'm a little bit comfortable with the interface, obviously, but you will get the hang of it. So I'm hacking this technology, which is a voice over IP phone on port 4061, and it's an alpha exploit. So I'm rushing a little bit fast because I want to hack this company and get within their network, basically in their building.
Turbine C2 registry initiated.
And launch a drone. So we're gonna have a drone view of their building. Right, so we have a drone view of the building, and I'm gonna launch
information gathering module initiated.
Further attack on their internal network. You can put the timer, and you can pass I, which means that you want to target specifically internal domain name server. So while this one is running, I'm gonna put it in the workspace here. I'm gonna launch a WANI scanner.
Information gathering module
backup
initiated.
Activity, you know, server activity, paying to see if server is down or not. So it's looking for all that network traffic basically. All right. So yeah, there's kind of a server room here. So there's a server room going on, and we didn't find any domain name yet, so we're gonna attack the server room first and see if we can get interesting data from it. So it's a Sun, Grid, and Oracle server. I'm gonna keep digging it to have a better understanding of the full footprint of that server room. We got a lot of port, a lot of services. It's a grid server, so that's probably what we want to get in. There we go. And we map it out. Oh, they have a QNAP data server. That's cool. And oh, we found something here, which is the Wi-Fi network. So the little Wi-Fi. So let's attack their Wi-Fi also. And Wi-Fi.
Information gathering module initiated.
The generic Wi-Fi priority. We're gonna see what we hack here. So it's a Apache. So it's a custom Wi-Fi. It was pretty basic. Alright, so we have their Wi-Fi network and we have their employee registry. We're gonna download their employee registry to see if we get something interesting from there. Alright, so we got Berta Adam Zink, which seemed to be our target within the network that we want to hack. She's a software architect. She has 2 cousins, and we have her passkey, so we know when she went to the office, what hour she went to the office. We're going to do the same thing
Information gathering module initiated.
Wi-Fi network to see if there's some Wi-Fi network in the vicinity of that office that could help us track down our targets. So I'm going to do a handshake with there's 4 Wi-Fi network in the vicinity, we're gonna crack the Wi-Fi and download this activity. There we go. And the last Wi-Fi. There we go. Right, so Chris Moody, oh, thank you. Glad you're here since the beginning of the alpha. And yeah, the alpha has evolved a lot since the beginning. So we took Aircraft, which is a Kali tools from the Kali platform, penetration tools platform, and we hack into the different Wi-Fi to see different patterns and all the signature of the people who log in. But the signature we're interested in is someone who went to the office on Friday at 3 o'clock and on Saturday at 17. So let's say Saturday at 17. So Saturday at 17, I have 3 people who check in at the same time as her, which is not really useful. Is there someone in these 3 people who also check in on the Friday at 3 o'clock? So let's see. Not this one, not this fellow, but this fellow on the BlackBerry. Oh wow. On the BlackBerry, he logged in on Friday at 1. Is it the person one? No, it's Friday at 15. So hold on, that's not the right person. Friday 15, 3 o'clock. Why I don't have it? Oh, 15. Oh my God, sorry. Lost. All right, let's go again. Friday I have 2 person at 3 o'clock p.m. and this one also log in on Saturday, and it's also log in on Monday. So it's her. It's her. It's the same time she used her car, same time her cell phone. So it's an LG cell phone. That's a good thing. And BlackBerry wasn't disappointing. So it's an LG cell phone. So let's log into her cell phone. Alright, we are in her cell phone. Now it's time to try to hack her password.
Password
For
attack
that,
and
we have the password
target acquired.
control attack. So she is oh shoot. Let's go back the drone. Give me back her profile. Not her phone, her profile. Her profile. Thank you. So she's a software architect by the name of Berta. So Berta Adam. So let's see. Let's see if I can find some stuff on her. And she's Squitch. Her nickname is Squitch. Okay. She's a software architect, so I'm probably gonna go with Lincoln as her dictionary password. These are all real dictionary password. It has the number of word is real, and the idea is that each of these dictionary password have various meta information around it. So for example, a CEO from China don't have the same password habit as someone from, you know, a student in Montreal, for example. And that's what this Prince config is looking about. As many information as possible so we can get them a couple of key pointer to take that 122 million password and get a better sense of the possibility. So Berta is her name. Adam Sizek. She's 26, so obviously because of that there's some password she may or may not use. I think I got everything I need. Now it's to the cell phone. Now the problem is I already did this hack But if we go her contact, she has a sister or maybe a cousin called Stephanie, which was in the insurance policy of her employers. She's driving, so if we remind her, Banzor's walk, so already have a dog, and what else? What else? Bands, Breaking Bad. Watch Breaking Bad. Okay, yeah. IT Tech. Okay. So we don't have much information. We have 12 minutes cracking. You don't want to watch me crack a password for 12 minutes, don't you? So all these information are clues that you can actually Google. So let's see, look for the Mayan pyramid online. Maybe she wants to travel. Keep investigating. Walk and Banzor. So where is Banzor? This is Poland. This is Poland. Okay, do we have anything else? Oh, she has an email. Italian car. Well, Italian car will do with a Fiat. Yes, you got it. The little Italian car. Garage crack auto. So we know she's in Poland. And you track this. So you have actually to use Google to track down these companies. Right, so this is a company in Poland, so obviously we're in the right place. And this company in Poland is next to next to, okay, so it's a garage auto in Krakow, Poland. Nice. Right, so I'm now down at 6 minutes, so let's see if I can find the last puzzle. So we have her, yeah, we have her cousin, her dog, her Fiat, her car, her location. What else? Oh, Banzor, the name of the dog. Mad. Get it. All right. So we have the password profile. Let's hack it. And that's going to be the end of the stream. Thank you, everyone. So this part is a more advanced part. The easy part was the mission I showed you before. This part is the more advanced hacking part. And that will get us access to one of the internal server of the HiveMind network.
Information gathering module initiated.
We got in. So we got into, cool, nice. We got into the shadows. So this is a server created by a player. It's not us, it's a server. The password was Jumnick. And we get into welcome, we are not friend of foe, we are here for the people. Do not harm us, this is your final warning. So this is a server that was hidden in that company. It's a hacking, so it's a hacker group that is ready to trade with us. So we're gonna type a couple of commands and see what they have for trading. So they have a lot of stuff actually. They have Alpha Centauri ARM response sound file, UVB encoding method, agent, Wheeler Amazon wishlist, 0 day for Intel SMC firmware. Really, that's interesting. And 4399. Attack vector for merger, SMC vulnerability impacting power manager of all Apple computer. 0 day for Intel SMC firmware, right? And they want in exchange a sigil inference map. Malto CE Intel graph for map. Do I have something to trade with them? So yeah, I have that. I have a web chat backdoor and I can trade for the Agent Wheeler Amazon wishlist. Which was, what can I trade with that? Trade 398. And we're gonna finish with this. Yes! So I managed to trade with this group, and the more the game will evolve, the more different trading you will be able to achieve and you will be able to complete. So that's it. That's wrap the stream. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you very much for looking at it. Hope you're gonna find the game interesting. Hope you're gonna find the various things we have in mind for you for the beta. Please support us. Take the time to pre-order the game. Take the time to explore the alpha. It's a free version. You can play with it before you pre-order to see if you like it or not. There's a couple of skins. This is the 19.4 official skin for your OS. You will get exclusive skin also. Infrared skin. Just gonna open up the terminal so you can see how it
Information
looks.
gathering module initiated.
The gold skin. The elite. Did I skip this sentry skin? Sentry skin. And there's some hidden skin like the Phoenix skin and many more to come. So that's it. Thank you very much for your time. It's extremely appreciated. I'm gonna stream again tomorrow and a couple of other time next week until we open up the beta. So thank you everyone. Have a nice day. Bye.
Closing route access. Goodbye. Information gathering module initiated.